Hello friends, today I'm doing something a little different. Today I'm not going to be playing a video game, I'm going to be talking about some. I've seen these tier videos going around on YouTube and I've been like, I really want to do one. They seem so fun, and I was racking my brain, like being like, what would I even do for a tier list video though? What do I know enough about to speak on it and rank for a whole tier list? And suddenly, the other day, it hit me, Nancy Drew video games. If you know me, you know that I have a love-hate relationship with Nancy Drew games. It's something that I have a lot to say on, I feel. I'm passionate about Nancy Drew and her video games, so I thought it would be a good topic. So I'm going to rank every single Nancy Drew video game by Her Interactive today, excepting the ones outside the main series. So maybe not every single one, but you gotta have the clickbaity title, right? Let's get into this and check out the tiers that I have created. Starting from the bottom, tile puzzles. Again, if you know me, you will know tile puzzles are not my strong suit, to put it mildly. I fucking hate tile puzzles. Every time there's a tile puzzle in a Nancy Drew game, which is far more often than I would like, I feel the need to tear my hair out, strand by strand. So that is why that is at the bottom. Next up, we have Ned, the category Ned. This is pretty easy to summarize. Boring. Moving on. This next tier is called Good, but probably has at least one puzzle I hated. Pretty self-explanatory for those games that I enjoy, but something about them just knocks the rating down. They're not my favorite, but they're not bad either, and they're not Ned. And then at the top, we've got I actually enjoyed myself. This kind of seems like I hate Nancy Drew games, but I assure you, I really do like them. Even the ones that I don't enjoy, I do enjoy sometimes. So with that, let's get started. The Shattered Medallion. What to say about the Shattered Medallion? Sunny's in it. The puzzles kind of suck. I would say tile puzzles. Yeah, no, you know what? I can't see myself ever wanting to replay Shattered Medallion. So, but is it Ned? But is it Ned? Like, I don't feel like I absolutely hate it. You know what? It is Ned. It's boring. The Silent Spy. I played this one quite recently. It's probably the Nancy I played most recently, and it pleasantly surprised me. I'm not a huge fan of the more recent Nancy Drew games. Like, spoiler, but my favorites tend to be the earlier, older Nancy Drew games, which is probably not too surprising considering I'm really into retro gaming. But this one, yeah, pleasantly surprised me. I would say I did get stuck a few times, so it's probably going to go into at least one puzzle I hated, because that's never any fun. When I'm playing Nancy Drew games, I like to feel like I'm smart, you know? When I get stuck and I have to use all the hints when playing in Junior Detective, I just feel dumb as a pigeon who tried to eat a piece of gravel thinking it was birdseed. Next up, Alibi and Ashes. This is another of the newer Nancy Drew games that pleasantly surprised me, and I think I would even go far as to say I actually enjoyed myself. Nancy going to jail added some drama. I liked that. And the ice cream shop, buying every single kind of ice cream in the ice cream store as best and just totally ignoring the mystery at hand. Loved that. I do have a confession to make. I actually haven't played every single Nancy Drew game. I haven't played Captive Curse, Sea of Darkness, or The Lost Queen. So I'm actually going to just pop all these in the good category because I don't really know, but I'm not going to judge them. I probably should have waited until I'd played all of them before doing this tier ranking, but I just got this idea and I was just so excited about it, I just had to do it. I couldn't wait. Next, Haunted Carousel. Fucking love this game. It's so good. When you order that delicious sundae and doing all the shorthand. Like, this one is one I actually felt smart in. The only problem is it's a little short. Secret of the Old Clock. Another, I actually enjoyed myself. Secret of the Old Clock is just fun. I grew up reading the Nancy Drew books set in the era that Secret of the Old Clock is set in. So it felt very, very nostalgic to go back to that period in the video games as Nancy. The music's great. Mini golf is pretty fun. I don't know why mini golf is in it. I can't explain any of Josiah Crowley's decisions, but I like it. Actually, this is making me want to bring down Alibi and Ashes, because I feel like, looking at these three up here, I don't think I enjoyed Alibi and Ashes quite as much as Haunted Carousel and Old Clock, so I'm gonna bring it back down. Oh, Kapu Cave, top tier. I know I think this is an unpopular opinion, but I don't care. I love Hawaii. I love going there. I love going there in Nancy Drew. The music in this game is top tier. I listen to it in my own time. Big Island Mike, need I say any more?
I'm looking for somebody named Big Island Mike.
That's me!
I know people hate, like, the frass sorting, but I find it quite satisfying. So, yeah. Fuck you, it's in the top tier. Crystal Skull. This one I feel has a lot of promise. I love the spooky atmosphere, like the graveyard, and then the one view when you're playing as Bess and you're just looking down into the street and it's rainy and very atmospheric. Just that, like, one little moment is just so lovely. But on the whole, I gotta say, it's Ned. It's just... This game never won me over. Like, none of the puzzles are particularly enjoyable. Some of them are just fucking awful, in fact. It's not quite tile puzzle material. It's close. It gets fucking close, but it has just a few redeemable qualities. So, lucky for you, Legend of the Crystal Skull. Blackmore Manor. Again, I feel like this is gonna be a unpopular opinion from me, because I know Blackmore Manor is one of the most beloved in the Nancy Drew series, but it's just not for me, honey. The puzzles are horrible! And having to get those glow sticks from Jane, and then the glow sticks wearing out as you go through, and having to go back and get more glow sticks from Jane every time you fucking need one, and just a lot of the puzzles just don't even make sense. And Jane herself...
You must be Nancy. I'm so pleased you're here. I'm Jane.
What a fucking creepy child. Like, get out of my face. I don't want to talk to you. In fact, none of the characters in Blackmore Manor are good and likable. Like, I don't care about any of them. They can just get out, for all I care. Danger on Deception Island. Another great one. Maybe I'm partly fond of it because I live in the Pacific Northwest and this has all the Pacific Northwest vibes. But I don't know, I just really like it. It makes me happy, and you can kill Nancy with a sandwich, so what's better than that? Deadly Device. Deadly Device. Tile puzzles. I'm tempted to put it in Ned, because it is pretty boring, but it's like, it goes just over the border of boring into the country of tile puzzles horrible. I got no enjoyment out of the Deadly Device. Like, you get a very limited area to explore. There's not much going on there. You don't get to go around to all these different places. You're in one building the whole time. None of the suspects are even interesting, let alone likable. I do give it 1 point for being one of the only Nancy Drew games where someone actually dies. I just want more fucking murder in Nancy Drew. Is that too much to ask? Ghost Dogs and Moonlake. Hell yeah. Again, makes me feel smart. Ghost Dogs, kind of disappointing on the whole. They're not very scary. They only make one appearance very briefly at the start. It's their 5 seconds of fame. It's good fun. And again, like, I love that Nancy can explode while she's on her boat. Why do I just love the games where Nancy can die horrible deaths? What does that say about me? Danger by Design. Where to put you, my love? I'm tempted to put it in Ned, but I don't think it's quite that bad. I think it's like Ned 0.5, but we'll be generous and round up and put it in good, but at least one puzzle I hated. Whenever I think of Danger by Design, I think fondly of making those mint chocolate chip cookies for that model lady whose name I forget. There's a lot of unenjoyable aspects to it as well. The final scene, right up there, right up to the top, baby. You see what I'm saying about liking all the old Nancy Drews. Like, look at this list. I like my games retro, and my Nancy's Drew. And the final scene is just wonderful. What more is there to say about it? Again, great soundtrack. One of the top criteria for my list is what games have a memorable soundtrack that includes bops, and Final Scene is one of those. Also, it proves that Nancy has friends other than Bess and George and the Hardy Boys, which is impressive in itself. Thornton Hall, one of the few newer Nancys that I actually enjoy. The atmosphere is so good. The characters and the story and the plot going on with them is just so intriguing. It's probably like my favorite story out of all the Nancy games, I'd go so far to say. It's creepy as fuck. This game actually genuinely scares me. Maybe it's because I'm like a baby, but it's scary, okay? The creepy singing and like Charlotte drifting down the hall, like, it freaks me out. Castle Malloy, you fucker. Get down there where you belong. Again, nothing really that enjoyable about Castle Malloy. I would say Nancy getting a jetpack is enjoyable, except it's not. They even make having a jetpack not enjoyable. How did they manage that? White Wolf, the only Nancy set in my home country of Canada, but that doesn't do it any favors here. I have history with White Wolf of Icicle Creek. It is the only Nancy game I have rage quit in the middle of. Fox and Geese, need I say more? Fox and Geese 4 times over, need I say more? I kind of want to put it in Ned because I kind of enjoy it, but like now I'm thinking back on it, I'm like, did you enjoy it though? Like having to make lunch and dinner every fucking day, having to get the snowshoes and the heat packs to wade out to the cabin, that puzzle where you have to jump from the ice flows. Yeah, you belong down here. White Wolf, be ashamed. Haunted Mansion, classic. I'm proud of myself how many there are and actually enjoyed. I do like a lot of Nancy games, I swear. Haunted Mansion is just so good. The atmosphere is peak. That seance scene is fucking iconic. Where can she be? Oh my god, just delightful. Midnight in Salem. I feel like actually, you know what? I'm leaving Midnight in Salem for last. Just leave the drama till the very end. Gotta be patient. Gotta sit through all these ones before you get my juicy opinions on Midnight in Salem. Because I know that's what you want to know. Labyrinth of Lies, you fucking suck. Labyrinth of Lies is just awful. The ending is stupid. The puzzles are absolutely terrible. I think I have a clip from when I played it on Twitch of me just absolutely suffering, which is what this tier is all about. Why? Ransom of the Seven Ships. Ransom of the Seven Ships has a lot of flaws, namely that there's only one suspect. What's even the point? Why'd you even make this game her? And there are some other things I didn't like about it. I think it's more boring. Like, I can't find myself absolutely detesting it, you know? Maybe I'm just not remembering it clearly enough. I feel like... Oh, you know what? I just remembered that underwater Sudoku section. Nah. You don't even get the dignity of Ned. Shadow of the Water's Edge. Tempted to put it in, actually enjoyed myself, but I should probably put this in good, but has at least one of the puzzle I hated because of the Sudoku and the nonograms and all that nonsense. Although I gotta say, I just looked up walkthroughs for all of them, so I didn't actually suffer through them, but you still belong in here for all that math. Okay, I'm gay, I can't deal with that. Secrets Can Kill, yes baby. Secrets Can Kill just gets me. How is it one of the creepiest Nancy Drew games, and yet nothing actually happens? Like, just the music, the atmosphere of the completely abandoned school. Well, I say completely. I kind of brush it over Hal and Connie and Hulk, but I don't know, they don't even feel real to me. Just the atmosphere is so good, and then finding all the clues on the billboards and like decoding them and just getting those shivers on the back of your neck, constantly feeling like someone's watching you, and then going to the diner. I love myself a good old-fashioned diner. There's nothing better. I think I'm just a hungry person because I keep mentioning all the food things in Nancy games as being like reasons why I like them, but it's true. That's the reason why I like it. Shadow Ranch, my ultimate favorite Nancy Drew game. Yeehaw, Nancy, in other words. What is not to like, although I know a lot of people don't like this. They don't like all the chores you have to do. Honestly, this is one Nancy Drew where the chores don't really bother me. In a lot of Nancy Drews, the chores get tedious. Very Ned. But, I don't know, I think I just love being a cowboy so much that Shadow Ranch just wins me over. I want to go on a vacation to Shadow Ranch. I want to ride Bob out into the desert and go to a ghost town and solve an old mystery from the 1800s. That's like the epitome of fun in my mind, so it's right up there. Scarlet Hand, Ned. Done. Stay tuned for danger. See, I really like Stay Tuned for Danger, but it is a little rough around the edges. They were still getting into the swing of things. I remember I streamed this not too long ago, and I soft-locked myself from finishing the game, so I had to basically restart, and that was not fun, but I love fucking Millie with, like, all her, like, don't take any wooden nickels, young lady. Like, she's a darling, and I love her. The older games have such charm to them. I just can't help but love them. Trail of the Twister. What are we gonna do with you? I already know it's one of these lower tiers, but is it boring, or is it detestable? I'm really having to think about this one. I just don't know. I guess if I don't know, then it should probably just be Ned. Just boring. Just boring. There's nothing more I can say. Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon? Yes. It's so good! Another one just, like, going on that train, the Hardy Boys. I fucking love me some Hardy Boys action, especially Joe. He's just the best. He's an absolute himbo, and I love him for it. He reminds me of myself. Last Train is so good. It's very similar to Shadow Ranch in that it's got those old-timey vibes, solving an old mystery. I love at the ending when Lori tries to kill Nancy, and Nancy's just, like, apologetic to her. It's like, Nancy, this woman left you to die, and she's basically like, oh, Lori, are you alright? It's like, you shouldn't care if she's alright, Nancy. You should be crossing your fingers behind your back, hoping she's dead right now.
Lori, are you alright?
Nancy's just too kind a person, I guess. Treasure in the Royal Tower, it's wonderful. It's so good. And, you know, I have to say it. Hotchkiss with her 50 chicken wings or whatever, she wins my heart with that one. I want to share a whole big load of chicken wings with Hotchkiss. And I just love how bizarre it is. Like, it's a game that's all about Marie Antoinette, but it's set in Wisconsin? Like, yeah, okay, sure, makes sense. I love Dexter coming into the library and finding you and going, well. I say that way too often, just in my head, thinking about Dexter. Good, iconic, legendary. Phantom of Venice. I think it's gonna go into good, but at least one puzzle I hated, because for me it's kind of on par with Danger by Design. They're very similar in my mind. They're not amazing, but they're not bad either, except, you know, the one puzzle I absolutely hated, that water level puzzle at the very end. Fuck that puzzle. And then when you finish that puzzle, I'm like, I'm done the game, but it keeps going. It keeps fucking going way too longer than it should do. But, you know, I still, on the whole, enjoy it. I love Nancy dancing in her sexy gimp cat suit. Peak Nancy Drew, that is. Warnings at Waverly Academy. You see, until very recently, when I replayed this, I probably would have put it and actually enjoyed myself. But when I replayed this, I don't know what was going on, but I couldn't get the pictures for what's-her-face, Izzy or whoever, to turn out right. I just couldn't get, I had to retake them about 20 times before it finally got accepted. I was just grinding my teeth together. Also, it pisses me off that that fucking girl gets Nancy to do all her homework for her, and in the end, it turns out she's two people pretending to be one person. Two people can do one person's homework. Why'd you need a third person? But I love the atmosphere of the girls' school. I love the snack bar. It's one of the few Nancy Drew chores that I actually enjoy and get satisfaction out of. It never lasts for too long. The food looks delicious. I always end up craving bagels after. Definitely not a bad thing. All right, Midnight in Salem. Here we go. The moment you've all been waiting for. Just building up the tension a bit, you know. I have an unpopular opinion about Midnight in Salem. I liked it. I can't lie to you, I liked Midnight in Salem. I liked it. I'm sorry. I'm only a little ashamed, but just Frank and Joe are so good in it. They're so good. And then okay, this is actually like not really to do with the game. It was all in my own head. But when I was playing this, I had this whole narrative going on in my head about Nancy and Deirdre, like, enemies to lovers relationship going on. It got very dramatic at times. The scene where Deirdre basically dumps Nancy, I was almost in tears. Like, it had the drama, but in terms of pretty much everything else, it's Ned. Nothing happens in this game. There are very few puzzles for the first 2/3 of the game. No puzzles. You're just walking around talking to people, which isn't terrible. The people in this game aren't super memorable is the only thing. I thought controlling, like, getting around is pretty fucking terrible. It's extremely difficult to do. It controls like a shopping trolley, not with one broken wheel, not with 2 broken wheels, but with 3 broken wheels. It was just horrible. And then in the last third of the game, it just hits you with all these puzzles. And you're like, where did these come from? I'd forgotten this was even a puzzle game. And there's that one at the end that is just totally incomprehensible to me. I had to get someone to help me with it. I just had no idea what was going on. But I'm going to put it in here. Also, making those pancakes, good fun. All right, there you have it. My definitive ranking of every single Nancy Drew game by Her Interactive. There it is. Any ones that particularly surprised you, any that you agree with, any that you strongly disagree with, let me know. I think I can share this so you can try it out yourselves. So if I get that to work, I'll link it in the description so you can try it out. And send me like screenshots of your results and how you would rank them. This was honestly so much fun. I was kind of scared going into this. I was like, oh no, it's just gonna be me talking the whole time. I don't even have my crutch of playing a game to fall back on, but I really enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed it too. If you did, you can leave a like, a comment. You can also subscribe if you haven't already, and if you'd like, you can follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/uglygirl. I frequently play Nancy games on there. It is good fun. I've had one idea for another ranking videos, so let me know if you like that. I might just end up doing it anyway because I had so much fun with this one. Have an absolutely wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!